Greetings YouTube, this is Rhett at Rolling Forward. And recently, and actually in several videos, I have mentioned the Circ-o-lectric bed as a piece of medical equipment, a device into which I was placed in order to allow the medical providers to turn me regularly from face down to face up while lying in bed. And this is important because if a person stays in bed or stays anywhere without moving, they will develop a pressure sore, also called bed sore. They are easily avoidable and devastating wounds. The Circ-o bed also required that my body attitude in space changed so that my head would be rotated completely over my body, my feet down below would rotate, and I would end up in a flat position, lying prone, looking at the floor only, since I can't turn my head. I'm in traction, and remember, the traction was weight connected to my head by virtue of tongs which were screwed into my skull. I think many of you will recall that episode. But anyway, this episode we're doing right now is about the Circ-o-lectric bed, to talk about it a little bit and to give you a better idea of just what it looks like. And so we'll put up a video. And so with that very high-tech graphic techniques, I hope you have now a little bit better idea of what this device looks like. And it really is the Middle Ages meet the intensive care unit. That's kind of what this bed is about. Remember, again, my experience with the Circ-o-lectric bed dates back to 1968. The Circ-o bed is already somewhat dated technology. It dates back to about 1950. It's made in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I remember clearly spending a little bit of time reading the label on the metal pipes. It was quite significant technology in its day, a big assistance to avoiding pressure sores, reducing the likelihood of developing pneumonia, because your body is, at least periodically, not flat. It's moved in space so that gravity is on your lungs in different directions. That's rather poorly said, but it helps avoid the likelihood of pneumonia. And remember, there were other newly emerging technology to compete with this by the same company, in fact, had already released a striker frame which turned the body or rolled the body sideways rather than head over heels. It's a lot more simple and easy to do, and I remember sometimes people would be transferred into the rehabilitation center in a striker frame as opposed to what could have been a Circ-o-lectric bed. And then subsequently, and still I think used, is called the halo, which is a plastic or fiberglass body jacket, rigid, that you put on as a vest in the front and the back, and there are metal rods going up which hold your head. And that is superior in that you're not confined to a bed for 4 or 5 weeks. But that's another video, I think, and some more high-tech imaging methods which we'll employ in the future. So, if you can imagine laying in the bed and being turned head over heels, literally, and every time it happened, I mean every time it happened, which was just about every 2 hours, 24 hours a day, so about every 2 hours I was turned head over heels to lie on my back, head over heels to lie on my stomach. Never got out of this thing for 5.5 weeks. So as I was in extended care, I met these new people, my roommates and nursing staff, but I couldn't see them because I can't turn my head. So, I can hear and talk, but I can't see other than the ceiling above me or the floor below me. Every time I turned, I would pass out because of a drop in blood pressure, and every time my neck would throb in pain for several minutes after being turned. Every time, every 2 hours, every day, never getting out of this bed. Like everything, however, stuff becomes routine, and it did become routine. I didn't look forward to it in that there was some pain involved, but it was also, it was an event. It was something happened. I was learning. They would narrate what and why was going on, at least the better qualified staff. There were some less than qualified staff, and there always is in every institution, medical or otherwise. But again, my life is changing, and I'm becoming very familiar with the Circ-o-lectric bed. You guys now saw a good visual on what it looks like. At least I hope you did. And so this rickety and wobbly thing was good for maintaining health while I am recovering, and also it has wheels. As you can clearly see, I was wheeled down the hallways from ICU to extended care, and after there, sometimes I would go out for a sunbathing. As I was a Southern California beach kid, it was useful to be able to get out of the room for perhaps a few minutes a day. And at that little teaser of the future, I think I'll take a break with this video, and I want to thank you for watching. Please do click subscribe, and ciao.